Hey folks, how's it going? It's Game Webcam. So I decided to conduct an interview with a former Brick Planet staff member, and I wanted to hear what he had to say about his experiences working with Isaac Heimer and working with the Brick Planet website in general. This is the first interview that I think I've ever conducted, so I tried my best to keep everything as professional as possible. Isaac Heimer, if you are watching this video, I would love to have an interview with you at any time. Just hit me up on my Twitter and feel free to shoot me a message, and I'll see what we can do in terms of arranging an interview. Now, for everybody who has been watching my channel, I've been noticing that I've been getting a lot of new subscribers, but only a small percentage of people who watch my videos are actually subscribed. So if you enjoy my videos, please leave a like and subscribe. It only takes a few minutes and it really helps out this channel. And if you don't like my content, you can unsubscribe at any time. Now let's get into the interview. I want to say thank you for taking your time to do this interview. I really appreciate it. This is my first time ever doing an interview, so this is kind of a new thing to me, so I'm trying my best here.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It's first time for me as well.
I want to start off this interview by asking a few quick questions. I want the audience to get to know you a bit. So I want you to start off this interview by introducing what your name is and what was your occupation at Brick Planet.
Right, I am known as Hyper and Hyperfergo Shout on Roblox. My occupation is a moderator, a site moderator, and checked reports and stuff like that for Brick Planet.
Nice. So how long did you work at Brick Planet?
I would say at least a good year.
And how did you discover Brick Planet? Like, what made you interested in becoming a staff member for Brick Planet?
Right, first off, it was my younger brother that played Brick Planet, and he showed me the game and it looked interesting. This was about 3 years ago, so I was looking at the site, enjoying it, trading for about 2 to 3 years, foruming, and I was just interested in it. And when I saw that they were applying people, I wanted to be a staff member, but I had to start off as a Discord moderator and work my way up to the...
What was your overall experience working at Brick Planet? You could just give me a brief gist of like what your work experience was like and all that sort of stuff.
Right, to answer your question, I'd need to say that for being a Discord moderator, it was actually better than being a moderator itself. I got more attention from Isaac, and we had to moderate the server. But when I became a staff for the site, yeah, I was not getting a single response from him. He would be really slow at replying, and he did treat you like an asset rather than someone that's helping him. And this is what ticked off most of the admins on the site, and which is why it had to shut down a week later, because there was admins, they had enough of it, really.
Speaking of other staff members, like, are there other staff members that you know that may have had similar experiences, and do you still have any connections with other former staff members?
I speak to two former staff members. One of them's called Administrator, known as David, which is one of my best mates. And I sometimes speak to Ethos. And there is another moderator called Iffy, aka Pippin. So I do speak to them, yeah, that's right. And they did have similar experiences, if not the same.
Okay, so that was just some introduction questions that I wanted to get out of the way. So now let's get to some of the questions of why we're here today. So when I was making my original Brick Planet video, I read a tweet of you making the claim that Isaac Heimer took $2,000 a few weeks before he shut down Brick Planet. Now, of course, this was just a brief tweet I read, so I'm kind of curious. Can you please help me provide some additional context around this situation? And if possible at all, maybe some evidence?
Right. I do not have evidence, but I can tell you the situation properly. Basically, a user named Sheaf had wanted to make a deal with Isaac Heimer. By doing this, Sheaf would send a gold coin or an expensive coin worth $2,000 in exchange for 250,000 credits, which is their in-game currency, in group funds, which ruined the economy, and it made him the richest user on Brick Planet. But this was 1 to 2 weeks before the shutdown, which was why I got angry when it shut down, because that's a lot of money to deal with.
So are you saying that Isaac Heimer sort of like took a bribe or something? I'm just asking this for some clarification.
He didn't take a bribe, he took a deal. It was not professional because it was not through the site. So for $100, it is 10,000 credits. For $2,000, he gave him 250,000 credits in group funds, which is no tax whatsoever. So that's already making it unfair for the other people that have paid for in-game currency.
Oh, I get
And
it.
it
I
was
get
all-
it. So it's like some black market stuff sort of thing that was like, oh, since this is not an on-site transaction, like, he doesn't have to, like, pay any of his, like, other staff members and all of that stuff. Is that what I'm getting?
It's not a professional transaction. As I was staff, as us was staff, the payment we got was random credits and an annual membership.
So he didn't even give you an actual wage.
He did not.
Interesting, interesting. So in that tweet that you have responded to, I noticed that in some other Twitter replies that they've been either asking for some refunds or some alternative methods to paying members of the previous iteration of Brick Planet. I know you are not the owner of Brick Planet, so maybe this is not the correct question to be asking to, but I still think it would be interesting to hear this from a staff's point of view. Do you think that any paying member of Brick Planet will ever get a refund or some sort of compensation for their contributions to the Brick Planet website?
In my opinion, I would say they would never get a refund. First off, because it's been over a month, and usually it is 30 days within a transaction that you could get a refund. And the thing is, when you use your money to pay for in-game currency, if you ask for a refund, it kind of breaks the terms and conditions, the guidelines within that. So it is very unlikely you'll get a refund, because if you have not got a refund today, to this day, you won't get a refund. There's just no way.
Alright, so I'm going to move on to some more questions. These are going to be a little bit more generic, and probably we'll be talking a little bit more about the future of Brick Planet. So, seeing Brick Planet, quote, returning, I'm going to put it in quotes, from its several shutdowns, do you think that Isaac is going to bring back Brick Planet permanently, or do you think it's going to be like his other other launches where he's just going to shut down the website after a few months and he's just going to run away with the money that he managed to get off the website?
The thing is, there is a user named Alex, Alyx. Isaac Heimer has given him basically the tools to be able to run the Brick Planet application. So it will not be run by Isaac, it'll be run by someone else.
Are we talking about Brick Planet patched? Because I've heard about Brick Planet.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, I've heard about Brick Planet patched because someone has told me about it in a YouTube comment section. Would you recommend Brick Planet patched over the regular Brick Planet?
Yes, I do. Primarily because it's not Isaac running it, it is a loyal member, and it is run by few members as well that are known to the community, aka Bags. I would recommend Brick Planet patched over the original Brick Planet, because it is run by people that do not want it shut down and do not care about the financial state of the company.
Okay, alright. Good answer. For anybody who is going to become staff at Brick Planet, though, is there anything that you would like to say to them, or is there any advice that you want to give to those who are thinking about becoming staff members for Brick Planet?
I'd recommend that you make sure that the owner that you are working for is talking to you, like actually communicating with you, and not treating you as an asset. If they treat you as an asset, you're not going to have any motivation to do anything. You're not gonna be professional. So if you want to be a professional worker for Brick Planet, make sure that the owner is communicating well and actually taking notice.
And if Isaac Heimer somehow manages to come across this video, knowing him, he's probably likely going to watch this video. Is there anything that you would want to ask or say to him?
Well, all I can say to him really is I don't hate him, and this is just from my views and how you've treated us. I would say next time, if you want to run a business, you need to treat every worker as a professional worker and always communicate, because there was none of that. When I spoke to him the other day, he did not recognize me, and I was one of his workers. So that tells you a lot about him and his personality. So he
Oh.
does not recognize his past staff workers. So
Ooh, okay. I'm sorry about that. That's kind of cruel.
it's what it is, isn't it? That's
Yeah,
how it
that
is.
yeah, that I personally would not treat him. I would not treat your workers like that. That's actually really cruel. Well, considering I'm most likely going to be making a Let's Play of Brick Planet patch, and I'll probably do one if the relaunch does happen. Is there any advice you want to give me before I start making a video on either Brick Planet or Brick Planet, patched?
For Brick Planet Patch to make the site stand out as you are a YouTuber is just to roam the site, have a look at it, see how it works, the forums, the games, the trading, and just yeah,
Gotcha,
that's all I can say.
gotcha.
That's all I can say really.
Alright, alright. I'll take that. That's pretty much it for this interview. Is there anything else that you would like to tell me about? Is there any last minute questions that you probably want me to answer? Is there any last minute comments you want to make? I know some of your friends have said that you wanted to say a few things to me, so I'm curious what they mean by that. So,
What I wanted to say to you.
yeah, because I've gotten a few of your friends commenting on my videos originally saying that they want to say a few things to me. I don't know what they meant by that, so if it's just this overall interview, then that's completely fine. But I'm just throwing this question out there just in case if you want to ask any last minute questions or comments for this interview.
Well, I found out about you from one of my friends, and I'm not sure if he wanted to ask you any questions, but what made you want to join Block City?
So, that's a very good question. So, why I originally joined Block City, this was sometime around 2016 when I was getting really sick and tired of the Roblox environment. I go into this a little
Agreed.
bit in detail with the original Block City story that I had, but I won't mind restating this again. So basically, in 2016, I was very vengeful towards Roblox. I didn't like the uprising Roblox YouTubers because instead of seeing them as cooperative people, I saw them as competition and threats. And in addition to how the overall website was looking, because they just removed tickets and all that sort of stuff, I was so fed up with the website that I wanted to find an alternative to Roblox. So one of the first alternatives that I've seen was, I think someone said something about a website called Block City, and I was like, Block City, this sounds like an interesting website, I'll check it out. And then I searched up Block City on Google, and I saw that it was like an alternative to Roblox, or Roblox Chrome, where you're pretty much got the same forums and dual currency and all those sort of features from the old Roblox website. And essentially I was like, yo, this is like old Roblox, it's not absolutely crap, that's so cool. And that's when I decided to make my Block City account named Boss Fight, and essentially that's where the experience started. But overall, in my entire experience with Brick Planet, I joined the TeamSpeak because this is before Discord got popular. And I want to say I've had very bad experiences with the TeamSpeak because everybody in there was just so rude and not very nice. And again, I talk a lot more in detail about this in my Block City video. I go into a lot more detail there, but that's the overall gist of it.
Yeah, it's near enough the same reason why I joined Brick Planet later on, because I was tired of the Roblox community and the environment as well. It got boring and it changed too much.
I understand that, and I think it's because of how terrible Block City's community was. I kind of sort of found I sort of have seen like a newfound respect for Roblox after that, because I was like, Well, geez, I don't remember having such toxic experiences in Roblox. Like, Jesus Christ. And of course, a few years later down the line, I have obviously started to no longer see Roblox YouTubers as like this threat. I sort of see them as like, oh, they're just like me. They're just other content creators who want to make Roblox content. So I think it was just me being very childish and petty back then, and I honestly regret not collaborating with enough people. And I think it's these terrible mistakes that I've done that really killed my old YouTube channel and all that sort of stuff.
Well,
if there's any serious criticism that I want to give to Roblox nowadays, it would be its terrible security and what was the other thing? And its terrible moderation.
Yeah, the security for Roblox is ridiculous. The amount of emailed scams that are about is ridiculous.
Yeah, and the cookie logger websites and stuff. I'm saying this, Roblox's two-factor authentication is so bad. It is so bad. Like, even Brick Hill, a Roblox clone that is much smaller than Roblox, Brick Hill has proper two-factor authentication with, like, authentication apps and everything. Roblox's two-factor authentication is literally just a freaking email, and that's so stupid, because everybody, I don't have to be a security expert to know that an email two-factor authentication is probably one of the worst methods of two-factor authentication.
Because that's one of the reasons why people can get into their accounts is by their email. I would like to say that the Brick Planet's community is the best community I have found in any game. Brick Planet has the best communities just because people are friendly, traders are friendly. You do get some people that are, let's say, a little bit toxic, but you get that everywhere.
There was this one user that I've encountered named Oblivious, and oh my god, I fucking hated him. But I'm glad to hear that the Brick Planet community seems to have transformed a lot from what it was before, because when I interacted with the Block City community, it was incredibly toxic. Like, I did not want to be near this community whatsoever.
Yeah, sorry for interrupting. Yeah, I've never experienced the Block City community. That's why when I joined the Brick Planet, the community was so much better.
Yeah, and I'm hoping that when I make my video on the Brick Planet community, hopefully I will get a much better experience with the Brick Planet community than what I did with Block City.
You will. 100% you will.
I want to say thank you for taking the time once more to do this entire interview. I really appreciate it. So, thank you for coming on. So,
I appreciate it as well. Thank you for taking your time to bring out these questions. That's alright. Keep up the good work and hopefully keep growing as a YouTuber and helping the community and giving entertainment to everyone else.
I'll try my best.
Yeah, you will do your best.
Yeah, thank you so much. I really appreciate the encouraging words. And that's all I really have to say.
Yeah, so do I.
I don't know how to end this off. I'm just gonna say goodbye.
It's alright. I'll say goodbye. Thank you again for having me, and hopefully you have a good day or night.
You're welcome, and thank you. So that was a very good first interview. I really like that. So that was the interview that I just had with Hypo. If you want to check him out, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna link his Twitters in the description. You could go ahead and visit his Twitter if you like. And that's all I really have to say. If you enjoy this video, please leave a like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to be notified for every single video that I upload. And that's all I really have to say. Thank you for watching, and take care.